Welcome to NFL Week 13 edition of Benny versus the Penny. Here's your host, big, bloviating Ben Maller.
Well, this is the biggest week we've had yet, Tom, because not just one show, not two shows, three shows, Tom. This is our third show of the week. You know why? Because we do it for the people. We're by the people. We're a mom and pop operation here, and it's Thanksgiving week. A lot of the big shots are out, hanging out on vacation somewhere. No, not Benny versus the Penny. No days off, Tom. No days off.
That's right, damn it. We do it for the American people. You know that. I know that. The American people know that. And congratulations, Ben, on your Kiss Your Sister NFL Week 12. 6 wins, 8 losses. The Penny, 7-7. Season totals, Benny, 94 wins, 89 losses. The Penny, 78 wins, 105 losses. So you're up on the brainless Penny so far, Ben. Penny, for your thoughts.
All right, my first thought, Tom, is the purple people bullcrap. That's my first thought. So Justin Jefferson, he's a wide receiver, Tom. He plays for the Minnesota Vikings. So he gave a soundbite the other day. He said it's early for J.J. McCarthy. He's going to bounce back. That was the gist of it. And this reeks of performative polish, Tom. This isn't Jefferson suddenly morphing into Mr. Optimism all of a sudden. It's damage control. I wouldn't be shocked if he got a tap on the shoulder from somebody from the Vikings saying, hey, you got to clean this up, because it's the same guy, Tom, Justin Jefferson, who's been tossing snarky, smart alecky jabs at McCarthy in recent weeks as he has played horrific football here. And now he wants us to believe that he's like a big brother. He's a mentor or something like that. I just don't buy it here. The tone tells you more than the words on Justin Jefferson. His faith in McCarthy, about as authentic, Tom, as a mic'd up soundbite from NFL films. It's been washed a few times. Another thought, Tom. Bill Belichick's name came up in the rumor mill this week. And Belichick, the hooded legend, suddenly has, I love this, Tom, mystery teams sniffing around. They're sniffing around. I hope he took a shower. This is classic Belichickian theater. That's my position on this. Straight out of the playbook of manufactured intrigue. Somebody from the Belichick tree leaking that to the media here, planting the story. Let's let that marinate and all that. Boom, instant story, headlines, get your name out there, keep your name out there. It's the oldest trick in the book. And if nobody's calling, Tom, you taught me this when I listened to you as a kid on the radio. If nobody's calling, you leak that everyone is interested. And so, in like a job or something, no one wants to hire you, but you say, everyone wants to hire me. And then all of a sudden,
I've seen that at Instagram when I have acting friends or friends who sing, etc. People in the entertainment business say, big announcement coming. And you're like, oh, no, there's not.
Big announcement. I'm having a tuna fish sandwich.
That's what I said when I was unemployed.
Yeah. Well, but the mystery team, too. The mystery team, it's like the Loch Ness Monster of sports rumors, Tom. Like, everyone talks about them. Nobody ever sees them, though. It's like
right.
It's pretty good. Anyway, my final thought, Tom, it's not an angry bird. It's not a dirty bird. It's a slow bird. They say that Falcon, whoever they are, say that Falcon quarterback Michael Penix Jr. has the slowest delivery in the NFL right now. That is not a critique. This comes from some NFL executive to The Athletic. That is a warning, Tom. Okay, that is what the one thing I've learned is I've watched football over the years. The most important, there are two things that are important for a quarterback. The most important skill is obviously accuracy, but the second most important skill is getting rid of the ball quickly. Yep. It's not a country road. It's the Autobahn. And if you get rid, and you look at, I'll give you an example. The Raiders, Geno Smith, he's not very accurate and he's slow. That's terrible. You've got to be accurate and you get rid of the ball. Treat it like a live hand grenade and you're in combat and just pull the pin and let it fly and pray the timing hits before the defense.
It's the key to your success in the NFL. Although when it comes to slow deliveries, well, we've interviewed a few guys over the years on our NFL show with slow deliveries, if you know what I mean.
Great memories, Tom. That's why we have sportscliche.com. And all right, that's before we move on. What do we have next year, Tom?
We have games is what we have.
We have games. Good. All right.
Houston Texans at Indianapolis Colts. Colts high-powered offense going up against the Houston Texans stubborn defense. Texans getting 4.5 points.
Oh, this is Iron Eagle and J.J. Watt, Tom. I'm sure J.J. Watt will be completely unbiased. Yes, he will not be biased at all. They're the lifelong.
If he's not too hurt to call the game.
Yeah. Well, the sharp money, Tom, against the spread for this game, leaning towards Houston, getting the 4. It was actually 4.5 earlier in the week. The professional.
Okay, that's what we have up on the.
I wrote down 4, but so it's 4.5. Okay, good. We're good on that. Then,
which I can have the guys fix that. Would you?
No, I'm taking the Texans, so I like the 4.5.
Okay, all right.
But no, the Texans defense is really good. And they've done, head to head, it's been great. The public is about 56% on Indianapolis. The casual better, Tom, the low information better, backing the home favorite in this game. And despite that, despite a lean, not a huge lean, but a lean towards Indianapolis, based on the numbers that we have, the spread has stayed pretty stable. So the big money, the respected people are on the side of Houston. Houston, the last 5 games with the Colts, 4-0-1. CJ Stroud practiced this week at the time we are doing Benny versus the Penny. We don't know whether he's going to play. Could be Davis Mills, Tom. Mills.
Well, he's actually been playing, even though we made fun of him, he's actually been playing quite well.
You want a fun fact about Davis Mills?
Sure.
You know what his middle name is? You want to take a guess what his middle name is? What
Davis Mills. Let me guess. Oh, Hussein.
Well, close. Compton. His middle name is Compton. He's named
I
Compton.
like that.
He's the whitest white guy in the NFL named Compton. He's got a big neck, the whole thing. Anyway, Davis Mills, he's not good, but at least he gets rid of the ball quickly, Tom. That's what we talked about earlier. Nevertheless, I'm going to take the better defense here. Also, the Colts are starting to plant stories that Daniel Jones is hurt. That's a dead giveaway. As you know, Tom, I love that phrase. Shout out Charles Ramsey. It's a dead giveaway that Daniel Jones, he's not playing well, so all of a sudden he's hurt. Last 3 weeks, Tom, last 3 games for Daniel Jones, he's got 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and 6 fumbles. That's 10 turnover-worthy plays and 4 touchdowns. That's the Giants version. So Will Anderson, that Texas defense, they're allowing less than 17 points per game. One of the better defenses in the NFL. They match up very well against Indiana Jones and that offense here. The Colts have been terrible in the red zone. They're 23rd in conversion rate. They get there a lot. They don't get touchdowns very often. So that red zone offense looks like a paper umbrella in a hurricane. Not a good match there. And DeMeco Ryans, Tom, when you look at his numbers, DeMeco Ryans, the coach of the Texans, 11-4 against the spread when his team has had 4+ days to prepare. They had some extra time because of the mini bye last week.
I'm sorry, Ben. That's all the time we've got
all
for
right.
Benny versus the Penny.
All right. I got a lot to say, Tom. All right. The penny. Let's get to the penny. Come on. What do we got here? How dare you?
Let's do it. The Penny are going with tails. The Penny agreeing with Betty and going with the visiting Houston Texans and getting the points.
You told me, Tom, we don't have our NBC overlords anymore. I can go as long as I want. What's next? What do we have? Come on. What's next?
One quick fun fact about Compton, California. People think of gangster rap, etc. Ice Cube. Also, former home of President George Bush.
Well, and I could touch up your work, Tom, because Compton also the home to a fishing club. The late great Frank Pollock, may he rest in peace.
Yeah.
Our old engineer was Frank. I said, "What are you doing this week?" "Oh, I'm going fishing. I'm going to the club." I said, "Where are you going?" "Compton." Really? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We remember for a while we just thought he was making it up because we couldn't call him on it because we didn't know anything about fishing.
Yeah. Well, then we gave him the nickname. I gave him the nickname, the Big Codpiece, and he didn't know what that was. But those that know, the real ones know, Tom. The real ones know.
Okay, let's go to Cardinals, Buccaneers. Bucs quarterback Baker Mayfield suffered a shoulder sprain Sunday night, Ben. We could see Teddy Bridgewater. Yes, he's still in the league. Apparently, Rodney Peete wasn't available. Arizona getting 3 points.
Yeah, I would rather have a teddy bear play quarterback than Teddy Bridgewater. I was at that game last Sunday, the game at SoFi, rather, the Rams and the Buccaneers, and the Bucs. Mayfield went out at halftime and they had nothing. They might as well have just forfeited the game.
Yeah, he's the heart and soul of that team. But love him or hate him, he's the heart and soul of that team.
Well, both these teams are 5-6 against the spread. The early sharp money here in week 13, Tom, week 13, was leaning towards Tampa Bay, despite all of the injuries and whatnot. The Cardinals have actually drawn some public underdog tickets here. The sharp guys prefer Tampa Bay. It's very tough to bet this game because you either got Jacoby Brissett, who stinks, or an injured Baker Mayfield, or Teddy Bridgewater, who should go back to coaching high school football. That being said, Tom, we pick every single game. This is a classic sharp versus public diversion situation.
Okay, who are the smart guys, so-called sharps in Vegas, going with?
Well, they're going with Tampa Bay, and I'm a smart guy, Tom, so I'm going to piggyback that. We'll do the situational angle. I'm going to go. The only thing I'm hanging my hat on, Tom, you've got a relatively West Coast team. I know Arizona's not on the Pacific Ocean, but it's considered in the West, right?
Yeah, so Pacific time zone most times of the year. Yeah.
West Coast team traveling all the way to Tampa. Yeah, you know how they're traveling to Tampa Bay, Tom? You know how they're getting there?
I know it's a long flight there, and I believe it's a private first-class flight with filet mignon and champagne.
Well,
Then that's how they're friggin' traveling. We act like it's a long flight means something. Come on, Pete Prisco.
I thought they were taking a stagecoach. They could get the Spanish flu when they go through the Rio Grande Valley. No, but I'm going to take the Buccaneers. It's a small line. It's 2.5. Bucs should win this game. It'll be closer than it should be. Whatever. Maybe it should be close. I'm going to take the Bucs. Next. Oh, the pennies.
Next, we have to flip a coin. Is what we do next.
You told me I was taking too much time, Tom. So I'm trying to speed things up here.
Okay. That was just with that first game. Usually, everything we ever needed to know about the next. A penny landing on tails. Penny going with the Arizona Cardinals. Big Ben taking the favorites in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
All right. Now, Tom, we go to the next game.
San Francisco 49ers, Cleveland Browns. It'll be Shedeur Sanders making his first home start for the Browns. Brock Purdy, shaky last week, Ben. Better not be shaky against that Cleveland Browns defense. Browns getting 4.5 at home.
Yeah, that is correct, Tom. This is the Kevin Harlan Trent Green game on CBS.
Kevin Harlan's so good. So good.
And a radio guy. Likes radio. We love that. So I pulled out the Maller Doppler 3000 for this particular game, Tom. Rain is likely near freezing temperatures if it does get down that
That's
low.
Football weather, Big Ben.
Snow, going to be windy conditions, just a Chamber of Commerce kind of get out of Cleveland, move somewhere where it's warm day. They're in Northern Ohio. The 49ers riding back-to-back double-digit wins. Brock Purdy, if you like him, you say he's averaging about 250 yards passing. However, he is a turnover machine here. And as you mentioned, Shedeur Sanders, the headline, the reason we're doing this game is Shedeur Sanders making his second start. He's averaging 128 passing yards per game. It's a small sample size. Now, the key for me on this game, Tom, defense. You told me that defense wins bets when you bet on home dogs. Myles Garrett and that Cleveland pass rush, they have a 27% win rate. That is amazingly good for the Browns. Now, the numbers skewed a little bit because Geno Smith last week held on to the football like it was a golden goose. He didn't want to give it up. But Myles Garrett's been great, and you're really limiting Brock Purdy here by that defense and the weather and the elements and all that stuff. Browns are also second in total yards allowed and points per game. And the Browns at home, these games have all been low scoring. I know you pay attention to the Browns, Tom. You're a big fan of the Browns. And Cleveland ran that dumbed down offense last week, which is smart. It still didn't get much, but just a lot of swing passes, bubble screens.
Some magic moments from Shedeur Sanders.
It's a remedial game plan. As John Gruden pointed out, Shedeur Sanders was getting a lot of love for a 70-yard touchdown pass. He threw the ball about 2 yards on a bubble screen. But that aside, the spread opened around this number, actually around 6.5. It's dropped to 5, so it's dropped a 1.5, which typically indicates, Tom, based on years of doing Benny versus the Penny, that indicates the sharp money is on the underdog here, the Cleveland Browns. It's called a reverse line movement, Tom. You can take my webinar on gambling terminology, but it's called a reverse line movement.
Reverse line movement. Okay.
This is where the line moves, Tom, towards the team getting less public
reverse line movement. Yeah, I drink a little Metamucil at night to keep that, to have some reverse line movement myself.
Like a yoga move. All right, I'm taking the Browns. The penny picks, Tom. Who do we got?
Let's see what the penny says here. Penny agreeing with Benny so far. Smart move. considering the penny
I
math.
like Brock Purdy, Tom. I want Brock Purdy.
I do too. I like Mr. Irrelevant. Okay, Penny does not agree with you. Penny going with the San Francisco 49ers. Big Ben taking the Cleveland Browns. Okay, breaking news. Breaking news.
Okay, I like that you agreed with me. Said you like Brock Purdy when I said I hope he throws 2 interceptions. I
didn't. I missed that. I'm sorry. I'm only barely paying attention here. Straight ahead. The B block straight ahead. CNN and Newsmax reporting B block straight ahead. But first, Ben.
Yes.
Tell the soap.
Well, we love that you have found us on Benny versus the Penny, and maybe you saw one of our roadside billboards. How many billboards do we have on this? I mean, we've got Philly, Boston, New York, a lot
Tampa
of
Bay. I've just told one went up in Tampa Bay.
We've got almost as many billboards as Sweet James. It's very close, Tom.
Right.
We spent a lot on advertising, or maybe you just heard me begging you to subscribe on YouTube, but you're here right now, and it's a big weekend for shopping at Black Friday and everything going on. So, listen, buy BOGO, Tom. Buy one, get one free right now. So let somebody know about Benny versus the Penny. Give the gift of Benny versus the Penny and help us out. Help us grow the audience. It does mean a lot. Click that subscribe button. We have at least one episode a week, normally 2. This week, 3 episodes of Benny versus the Penny because of the holiday. But back to the games, Tom. Back to the games.
Before we get to the games, are you a big shopper? Do you go out on Black Friday? Something tells me, you cheapskate, that you do not go out. You don't have the shopping gene.
Well, I was raised, Tom, to go to the mall. I'm old, so I love when I buy things. I like to hold them in my hands, and you can't do that anymore. Now, fortunately, I really don't buy, and I don't shop at all. I would wear the same clothes I wore in like 1990. But I am married.
We have to be told by people who love us to get a new shirt. Yes.
You're the same way, Tom. I know your world, and you're the same way. You need someone to clean up after you, big time. So, but yeah, my wife does the shopping, and I don't go to the mall. She doesn't go to the mall. What we do is we have a convoy of Amazon drivers. It's like an assembly line. It is one after another dropping boxes off.
And I know it's not you ordering it, is it?
No, I don't order it. And I'm like, do we really need all that? I mean, we have everything. I mean, we have a house, we have clothes, we have
food, shelter, and clothing already. Yes.
But my wife would beg to differ on that. Anyway, all right, back to the games.
Okay, it looks to me like the graphics are telling us Minnesota Vikings at Seattle Seahawks. Revenge game for Sam Darnold against the team he played for last year. And quarterback J.J. McCarthy. Concussion protocol. Back in our day, Ben, they gave you some smelling salts and shoved you back out there. But no, now we have a protocol, a PC protocol. Teddy Bridgewater, now a Buccaneer, so he's not filling in for J.J. McCarthy. It's rookie Max Brosmer. You got to Google Max Brosmer. Yeah. And he's making his first start. Minnesota getting, looks like the Sands in Vegas says, and the Stardust at 10, 10.5.
Actually, no, it's 11.5 now. It's up to 11.
It's now 11.5. Okay.
It's up to 11.5.
I'll let the guys in the truck fix that.
We'll fix that in post. So Joe Davis and Greg Olson, this is the game that they're doing. Tom Brady not doing a game on Sunday. Tom, when you pay a guy $300 million, you can't expect him to work 2 days a week.
No way. No. Yeah. Did you hear Erin Andrews was complaining about having to work on holiday? She has 340 days off every year.
Well, her
she's
job
complaining she doesn't get holidays off.
The job's not that easy to go up to the start of the game and ask how it feels. It's very very difficult to do that, Tom. It's similar to digging a ditch. It's in the summer.
You got to do a lot of homework to be able to walk up to a guy and say, "What were you thinking when you threw that touchdown pass?"
Well, every year they come out with the most dangerous jobs, and it's either working in the lumbering business or interviewing NFL players 1 day a week for.
Yes, exactly.
All right, listen. Enough of that. J.J. McCarthy, as you mentioned, out with the concussion. So Max Brosmer, who I did a deep dive for the radio show because I have no lifetime. So Max Brosmer, he was born in Iowa. He played high school football in Georgia. He was at Minnesota, and he played at New Hampshire. Now, I've been to New Hampshire, Tom, back when we did the TV show. I drove through all the northeastern states because I'm like that. All they have is like Dartmouth, and they have trees in New Hampshire. There's hardly anything going on. That in Vermont, there's not much going on. But you get
good grades when you go to those schools because there's nothing else to do.
Well, apparently so. So he will start behind a banged-up offensive line. Brosmer would look like that would be the case. Public bettors think this is a disaster. I have a rule, Tom. One of my rules: if it looks too easy, it probably is. The Seahawks not as good at home as they are on the road. Laying double digits is rare. They failed to cover last week against Cam Ward, whose Tennessee Titans he called ass. It didn't matter. This is a Sam Darnold revenge game, Tom, for Sam Darnold. Darnold's going to make the Vikings regret letting him leave Minnesota. That's the story the media is going with. Over 70% of the tickets are on Seattle to cover the number. However, where are the wise guys, Tom? Where's the sharp money at? Despite the lopsided public sentiment for the team from the Pacific Northwest, a larger percentage of the actual money is on Minnesota against the spread. Now, that tells us what? That is a dead giveaway again, Tom. It's a tell that the professional gamblers, the professional bettors, they are going against the public, and they're going to take the aforementioned the team from from Minnesota, the Minnesota nice people. So I'm trying to say.
Who are you taking?
I am taking the Minnesota Vikings. I'm going
you,
with the Vikings in this game.
there's a shock. The points whore taking the points. There's a shock. See what the penny thinks.
How dare you? How dare you?
Okay, heads, home team, tails, distance is how we played Penny versus the penny. Penny landing on tails. Penny also going with the Minnesota Vikings and taking the points.
All right, where
Penny's
to now?
getting smart. Penny's getting smart. Way behind for season totals, trying to catch up with you by picking the teams that you're picking. Some would call that smart, others not.
The pennies copying what you used to do when we do the blitz, and if I used the line in hour 1, that would pop back up in hour 2 and 3 and 4.
I steal from the best and the worst.
Wow, how dare you? How dare you?
Buffalo Bills at Pittsburgh Steelers, a must-win for both teams, both coming off road losses, and the Steelers are getting 4 at home. Latest line from the Stardust is 4, correct?
Yeah, that is that is correct. All right, so the Bills and the Steelers here, as you mentioned, Jim Nantz and Tony Romo. Have the call there.
Look at that, Jim.
I knew you were going to do that.
Thank you.
I teed it up for you. I passed you the ball. So the public is backing Buffalo, expecting Josh Allen to bounce back. He had a terrible game last time out. The Sharps, it's not overwhelming, but they are leaning towards Pittsburgh in this game. And this is a long con, if you will. Not long con. It's a long play. Mike Tomlin, historically, as a home dog, historically very profitable. How good is he, Tom?
How good is Mike Tomlin at home?
Just overall as an underdog, he's 65-39. His Steelers are a 625 winning percentage. Even better as a home dog, Buffalo has been bipolar, Tom. The bipolar Bills, they're up and down and all around. They're inconsistent away from home. They've dropped games to inferior opponents and all that. Josh Allen, you look at the splits on Josh Allen. When the Bills are playing in Orchard Park, New York, Josh Allen is the 3rd-ranked quarterback in the NFL. He's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. Every statistic is great. When they go on the road, something happens. He's the 28th-ranked quarterback in the NFL, Josh Allen, on the road this year. Why would that be, Tom? Wouldn't you rather play on the road than in Buffalo?
That could be one thing, but it seems to me like he stinks on the road. That would be my conclusion.
Well, that's quite the analysis. That's why people tune in to Benny versus the Penny, Tom. I thank you for that. All right. So you got T.J. Watt for Pittsburgh, that pass rush. The Steelers don't have a great defense, but they can still ruffle a banged-up offensive line for the Buffalo Bills. And Josh Allen, is he seeing ghosts like Sam Darnold? He was sacked 8 times last week. So you'd think the Steelers will be licking their chops coming into this game. Aaron Rodgers is back. He was dinged up, missed the game last week, and he goes against a suspect Bills defense. Now, DK Metcalf did miss practice the other day, but he did practice by the end of the week. He's got a bad ankle. He missed some practice time. It sounds like he's going to be able to play at the time we're doing Benny versus the Penny. But I'm taking the home dog. Arf. I'm taking my home dogs. I'm taking the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Yinzers, the terrible towels is what I'm taking.
Okay, let's see what the Penny thinks.
Yeah,
home is head. Visitors, tails. Penny going with the Buffalo Bills and the Pittsburgh Steelers getting the points. Big Ben, with the Buffalo Bills here, the only thing that really counts, the season begins now. After Thanksgiving, that's when the real season begins. And when you have a really good team that stinks before Thanksgiving, that's what you say.
Yes. Yeah.
You say the
Oh,
season begins now, and
yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Exactly. All right. What's next, Tom? What do we have next?
Okay, it looks to me award-winning graphics department is putting up the Denver Broncos at the Washington Commanders. Commanders will again be without Jaden Daniels against the Broncos. Team coming off a bye. Washington getting 6.5 points.
You know what I love about Benny versus Penny is that this is like a power move by Tomm Looney. You have yourself higher up than me in the double box. I like that.
Okay.
That's a power move by Tomm Looney right there. That is a solid power move. Let's
as
make
low as the seat goes.
I'm like twice the size of you. It's okay. All right. There you go. Okay, we're now. See, I'll put my head up and then see there you go. Got my this is the Robbie the Mariner fan. This is a Robbie the Mariner fan hat. He sent me this a couple years ago, I think. It's one of my favorite. That's a beaver, Tom. Yeah. All right. Yeah. There you go. Okay. All right. Guys, stop with it. This is a professional show, Tom. Wow. Come on. There's there's 50 people watching this. What's wrong with you? All right. Anyway, I'm kidding. All right, there's 25. All right, so the Broncos and the Commanders, Tom. The Broncos and the Commanders, right? That's the game. Yes. Did you do the big setup? This is the Sunday night game on NBC.
Love it.
You want to bet they wish they didn't have this game? Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth. My God, the Commanders should not be on television. That is an obscenity. That's an FCC violation. The majority of the casual public bettors, Tom, backing the mile-high Broncos here, riding an 8-game winning streak. Very good defensive team. However, this is a value-added play. The wise guys, the sharp bettors are taking the Commanders, getting all those points. Anticipate. This is a home dog. It's a night game. That whole thing. Now, that said, Washington has not covered the spread since week 5. We're in week 13. Since week 5, it's been a while. It actually, in many ways, makes them more attractive. And here's why, Tom. The do factor. The do. They're due. They're due
to play well. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Now, Jaden Daniels, at the time we're doing Benny versus the Penny, is listed as doubtful. So that is a factor. He's got a bad elbow. And the backup, Marcus Mariota, sucks, which is a problem. But it does actually create some value because of the point spread. Denver, their win streak, all the playoff chatter and all that, this is a sell-high opportunity. And I'm going to fade the Broncos priced at the very peak of the market. Remember when you were a stockbroker back in the day, Tom, on Wall Street, and you told me you don't want to buy at the peak. You want to sell at the peak of the market. And the main reason I'm going to take the Commanders is not because I think the Commanders are good or they're even going to try that hard. I'm betting against Bo Nix. He is the NFL's 36th ranked quarterback, a big road favorite with Bo Nix. And I don't trust him at all. And I feel like Washington, as bad as they are, this line is too big. They're undervalued here. Home dogs. You win a lot with home dogs, especially in primetime spots here. The Broncos are they're the shiny stock at its peak, Tom, and I'm buying the ugly Commanders on the dip.
And the media loves the Broncos coach.
Oh, yeah. Sean Payton was in the media, as you know, and he's buddies with Colin Cowherd. So, yeah. All right, penny picking this game. What do we got here? The penny picking.
Okay, let's flip a coin and see what the penny
picks. For Sean Payton. Come on, here we go.
It's going to be really cold and rainy. Andover, Maryland. Penny landing on tails. Penny going with the Denver Broncos. Penny, the points whore, taking the points.
All right, where are we headed now, Tom? Where are we going?
Okay, the New York Giants at New England Patriots. Patriots are riding a 9-game winning streak. The Giants stink. New York getting 7.5 points.
This game on ABC. Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, the Fox refugees, will have that call there on ABC. So this is a dyslexic dream come true, Tom. You've got the Giants who are 2-10, the Patriots who are 10-2, New England riding a 9-game winning streak, 9 in a row. New York has dropped 6 straight. The Giants this week whacked their defensive coordinator, Shane Bowen. And the weather in this game, Tom, early in the week, they said there was a chance of snow. The forecast at this point says unlikely to have snow, but very cold temperatures, a typical late November. Actually, this game I think is December 1st on Monday. When is December 1st?
Let me check the Benny versus the Penny calendar. The first.
Okay. All right. When is it? I'm doing the math on this.
It'll still be November on Sunday.
Okay, so this is Monday though. This is Monday Night Football.
27, 28, 30 days has November, April, June. Yeah, it'll be December.
Okay, there you go. I was right. All right. So early, all that for early December weather in the Northeast. Okay, the public is hammering New England, Tom. They're absolutely hammering New England. The sharp bettors, though, going with the Giants, getting all of those points. This is the old classic move in gambling, sports gambling. Buy low. It's a buy low spot. Now, listen, the Giants are a mess. Mike Vrabel's defense remains top tier. However, Patriots offensive line dinged up. Will Campbell, their number one draft pick, their first-round draft pick, on injured reserve this week. And so there should be some issues there with the offensive line. The Giants defense can get to Drake May with the offensive line injuries there. Drake May's inconsistent. He really had some bad throws early in that game against the Bengals last week. So there are some questions about that.
He's another media darling, and he didn't even work in the media.
Yeah, exactly. And Jameis Winston, Tom, the roller coaster. He'll throw a couple of touchdowns. He'll throw a couple of picks. He's a volatile stock.
He's fun bad.
Take my material. How dare you? How dare you take my material? Anyway, I'm going to take the line value, Tom, getting over a touchdown on a chilly night with snow possible in Foxborough out there.
You're taking the Giants.
I'm taking the Giants. I am.
Wow. Let's see what the Penny thinks.
Let's get to it. Come on, Penny. Come
on. Penny landing on heads. After a brief brain fart there, Penny landing on heads. And Penny going with the home team, the New England Patriots. Benny taking the Giants and the points. Okay, fire up the graphics for a new feature here on Benny versus the Penny. The BVP PDQ. We're going to take a look at the rest of the games, Ben. We aren't going to cheat people and just ignore the rest of the games.
Okay,
just like a 2-minute drill. I'll throw the games at you. We'll put them up in the graphics. You can let us know what's happening. Jaguars at Titans. Let's hope the Titans don't look ahead to the Colts next week. I mean, the Jaguars. Titans getting 6.5 points.
All right, quick. So this is a classic trap spot, Tom. You got a strong team, Jacksonville, facing a weak team, the Tennessee Titans divisional game. This is another one of those games. It looks too easy. I'm going to take the Titans plus the points here. Trevor Lawrence is too sloppy. I don't trust him as a road favorite.
Okay, we got the Falcons at the Jets. The Jets getting 2.5.
Why are they playing this game, Tom?
Well, because it's on the schedule. I think that's why.
This matchup is like a slow-motion car crash. You can't look away. I'm going to take the Jets plus the points.
Okay. We have the New Orleans Saints, Miami Dolphins. Saints getting 6.
All right, so this game is Dolphins. You either bet on the Dolphins or you pass. There's no way on God's green earth, Tom, you can bet on New Orleans here with their offense the way it is. The Saints are 3.
You rolled the dice last week. Yeah.
Yes, we pick every game, Tom. I'm going to take the Dolphins. Otherwise, I would not bet the game, but we pick every game, so I'll take the Dolphins.
Okay, Rams at Panthers. Panthers getting 10.5 against the team of your youth.
All right, yeah, so this one is tough. I originally was on the Rams, and then I went away from it because there's situational value with Carolina. Carolina's terrible and all that. The Rams traveling, again, Tom, cross the country, Tom. Oh, my God.
Long trip for the Rams.
Yeah, the weather is not going to be great. You don't think of Charlotte for bad weather. It is supposed to be very cold for this game at kickoff. Matthew Stafford, in his career in cold weather games, is 1-8 in rain and snow, which is not good. The forecast does hint at certainly rain. I don't know about snow in this game, but I'm going to take Carolina plus the points here against the NFL's hottest team. The Rams will win, but they will not cover that big number.
Raiders at Chargers. Raiders getting 10 in a divisional game. Now, remember the Maller mantra here, big man.
Yes.
And that is, we'll roll it on a scroll underneath. Divisional game getting 7 or more. Take the points. What are you doing?
I'm gonna celebrate your friend and our former colleague there, JT the Brick. I know you do podcast. JT. Will he be at the game? Will he be?
Yes, he'll be at the game. He does pre and post. He's stuck doing pre and post.
Oh, okay. I'm polishing turds, but maybe I'll say hello to JT. I'll be at the game. But the Raiders, I'll be at this game. So the Chargers offensive line, major issues here, Tom. The Raiders just fired another coach this week, and everything says, "Oh, bet on the Chargers." I don't trust the Chargers. I'm going to take the Raiders. I'm going to follow the Maller mantra, getting over a touchdown, the 9.5. The Raiders plus 9.5. It's like a parachute. It's ugly. It's bulky, but it saves you when the public goes all on the Chargers and the Raiders end up getting the backdoor cover.
At the turn of the century, early part of this century, the Raiders were in the Super Bowl. Ever since, the Raiders and the Chargers, they're a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Well, the teams of our youth, Tom, the teams that won a lot, the Dolphins, the Cowboys, the Raiders, they all suck.
Yeah, that's too bad. You know, there's a number of nattering nabobs of NFL nuggets knocking around in your numbskull noggin this week, Big Ben. Make it make sense.
Well, we're in the afterglow of Thanksgiving, Tom, and I thought it would be appropriate. People spend a lot of time with friends and family over Thanksgiving weekend. I think we should all give some love to Aaron Rodgers and his lovely wife, the greatest unsolved mystery in the NFL, Tom. She's either in the stands for every snap or she's never seen a single play. There's no middle ground on Aaron Rodgers' wife. Forget the Zapruder film, Tom, which you used to talk about on the radio from the assassination there in Dallas. This is the phantom spouse case.
Yeah, I think it's Manti Te'o's ex-girlfriend, I believe.
So some more teammates' wives this week talking about they've never seen Aaron Rodgers' better half. They, usually the girlfriends and the wives, they swap like casserole recipes and things like that. But she's got, she's wearing a dress that's made, it's made out of the cloak of invisibility. Aaron Rodgers' wife.
Oh, okay.
And happy Thanksgiving to her. Rodgers probably on Thanksgiving carved the turkey up alone, while his wife watched, every game in the shadows again, or none at all. All right, and then family business, Tom.
Okay.
The business, which is king of all, you can't spell nepotism without NFL, Tom. Well, you actually could spell nepotism without the NFL, but you get the point. Rams defensive coordinator Chris Shula, the next branch in the NFL's family tree of nepotism, the Rams defensive coordinator. He's hot to trot, Tom. He's on the catwalk doing a pirouette, as he's projected to get a head coaching job in the next coaching cycle. It is a reminder, Tom, the NFL is a multi-billion-dollar business, and it still hires like a mom-and-pop shop back in the bootlegging days when the NFL started. It was started by gamblers and bootleggers.
It's tough to elbow your way in if you don't have the same last name as the coach.
Yeah. Well,
it's unbelievable if you read, I read Lou Holtz's book once, and you recognize all the names. And then the names of the children now, and the names of the children of coaches when we were growing up are now head coaches and assistants, sometimes the grandchildren in this case.
Well, and I've told the story before. I mean, I'm a Nepo baby. My dad was a ham radio operator, so I got radio. I did ham radio. But all right, that's it, Tom. We'll get out on that. We've got another week 14 up ahead. Enjoy the games here on Sunday and Monday, and thank you for watching all these.
So this is a look ahead episode. You're looking ahead to week 14.
No, I'm already
in week 13, looking ahead to week 14 already.
No. It's gonna be my biggest weekend yet, Tom. It's going to be my best weekend, because that means as good as all the rest, Tom. This will be my best weekend on Benny versus the Penny. We thank you. We love you. I hope you took advantage of our Black Friday deal. We had a doorbuster deal here on Black Friday, so I hope you took advantage of that. We thank you.
Number of people have emailed to say how wonderful I am. And I really like to thank you all for doing that. Make sure you watch Benny versus the Penny every week. It only makes sense.